Last week on GT Labs, we drove the Nissan Pathfinder, which, to be honest with you, it felt like a duck out of water, certainly misplaced. But this week, we are with its distant relative, the Infiniti M30d, which should be more at home on the racetrack.
There can be no denying that the Japanese do things differently when it comes to styling. And while Lexus has recently been grabbing headlines with the striking GS and IS, it was Infiniti who set the tone last year by launching an entire range of eye-catching cars. Unlike its counterparts at Lexus, the Infiniti follows the European trend towards turbocharged diesel engines. It's not what you would call a race-bred power plant, but let's see how it fares around the track.
Even though Infiniti M series of sedans were launched in South Africa pretty much about a year ago, we've never really had the opportunity of getting our hands onto one of these for Ignition GT. So how does it compare to the other saloons? Well, if you want something totally different from the run-of-the-mills, the BMWs, the Mercedes-Benz that's out there, you want something a little bit more distinctive, different from the rest, I think this car is for you. The Infiniti does deliver in the comfort zone, but it does understeer quite extensively. At times, it doesn't really like to be thrown into the corner. Oh! And the other thing is the safety belts, they're all mechanized, so they tend to choke you in as you hit the brakes sharply, so that's a bit of a new thing for me. Now, the other thing is the interiors of all Infinitis have always been criticized of containing too many Nissan parts. But I must say, this version, I don't see any Nissan in it. It looks totally different. It certainly looks classy. And the other thing I like about it is just the general stance. You know, when you're sitting in it, you feel like you're in a raised up kind of car, like a mini SUV. From a driving perspective, it does feel a bit heavy. And the engine is not really super powerful. It doesn't really give you that thrust in your seat. But, you know, it's a gentleman's car. It's the kind of car that you go cruising in and not throwing around on the racetrack here at Swat Corps.
A gentleman's cruiser it may be, but as the M30D's lap time shows, this is also a true sports sedan.